Welcome back, everybody, to the Meeple Marathon and our continued showcase of Descent: Journeys in the Dark 2nd Edition. Today we're going to be covering the heroes that we've chosen and basically basic setup for the game in terms of using the Road to Legend app for setting it up. So what I have gone ahead and done is chosen our heroes and their classes. So I'm just going to go down through them. Essentially, the warrior class is the only one we don't have. So I have Logan Lashley here. His hero ability is he cannot be immobilized. And if I attack with an exotic weapon, I can then move one additional space after the attack. And my treasure hunter ability essentially gives me the ability to, if I find a search token, I get to draw 2 search cards instead of 1, choose which one I want. And I also can move closer towards search tokens. He's got a leather whip, which means he's got reach. So all around, really nice character there. We have the High Mage, Quellen. Here. He has the Rune Master class, which is one of the core classes in the game. Essentially, he really just wants to equip rune or magical weapons. His Arcane Bolt, his starting weapon, is both. And he gets additional abilities. And that's really just kind of his focus. And he also, his hero ability is at the start of your turn, if you may choose another hero within 3 spaces. If the chosen hero has at least 1 fatigue token, you recover 1. Or if he's filled up on fatigue tokens, you recover 2. So he basically, as long as he doesn't go off on his own, is going to be constantly regenerating stamina. And a lot of the Rune Master's cards down the road will use stamina to enhance them. The last guy we have here is Averik Albright. He is from the base game. We are playing with him as the Bard, however, which I believe is from the Shadows of Nerikal expansion. And so what he has is he has these 2 music tokens, melody and tone or something. I forget what they're called, but essentially I can choose, for example, his Song of Mending here. Use this card during your turn to place a song token on this card. So I have to choose. Do I want to use it to be able to, everyone within 3 spaces of me recovers 1 heart, or do I want to use it to, at the end of your turn, everybody recovers 1 stamina? And a lot of my cards, I'm going to have to make that decision. Where do I want to put these tokens? I only have 2 of them, 1 of each. They're free actions, but I have to decide how I want to use them and how I want to spread these tokens out. So Averik also, if people are close by, they can use a surge ability to recover 1 heart from their stamina. So really, these 2 especially want to kind of stick together. This guy, if he has to go off on his own, that's fine, but in general, we're all going to be sticking together here. Okay. Other setup wise, I've got all my tokens off to the side here, all my monster miniatures, got a little dice tower here ready to go. And when you're playing with the Road to Legend app, the only other things you really, and you don't even need these here, I have my class cards sitting off to the side. You basically just need your search deck and then condition cards close by. And I also recommend having these handy. So these are all, at the moment, just Act 1 monsters. All my lieutenants and Act 2 monsters are sitting in the deck. So trying to reduce the amount of stuff that's on the table, which this Road to Legend app helps with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the app here, and we can see what it has to offer. So we're going to start a new game here. Rise of Goblins is essentially the tutorial. It's very quick, very easy. And then Kindred Fire here on the end is, you know, the main campaign that comes. You can play it with the core box. It came with the app. we are going to play Nerikal Seeds of Corruption. So we're just gonna select that one. It's been a while, so I'm just gonna play on normal difficulty. And you can see that I have played through these campaigns previously. So we'll just, actually I don't need these. We're going to start a new game here. So you can play up to 4 heroes. I'm just going to play with 3. So let's select Logan Lashley, High Mage Quellen, and Averik Albright. Everybody's on the front page there. And it knows I basically have put in the expansions that I own into the app, so it knows which heroes are available to me versus others. So let us continue. Logan Lashley is going to be a treasure hunter. High Mage Quellen is a rune master. You can see how there's kind of blank spaces in there. Those are for if I were to get other expansions, and the Bard. So I think we're good there. Yep, treasure master, rune master, Bard. Continue. Group name. So let's see, we've got a pirate, a wizard, and a knight. Don't know any funny quippy names for that. I think you can change this later on down the road. That's just as good as any right now. Your name absolutely means nothing. Let's go ahead and begin.
The night that we vanquished Merkles, standing amid the rubble, carnage, and fires of our victory, I remember feeling pride. Now, after a lifetime of nightmares and unrelenting whispers, that pride is gone. Even us victors, the few who got away, the corruption did not spare. Years from now, when Nerikal is rebuilt and our tale is all but forgotten, Merkles will return. On that day, our failures, triumphs, and desires will rise again, springing up in the souls of our children's children. Some will stand against the darkness, but most, I fear, are already doomed. Perhaps some will find true victory, where we, instead, have only sown corruption into that future year.
I forgot that that was voiced over. I think it is just the kind of big cutscenes as per it would say. All right, so it says it begins with a simple task. Retrieve the stolen artifact. You knew the location. You knew the danger. All right, so there's a whole bunch of tiles here. Usually it says set these aside because that's going to be all of them that you're going to encounter throughout the entire scenario. As long as you have yourself well organized, there's no reason to go pulling all of these out at once. All is dark. You hear a rat scurrying about behind a wall. To your left, the rhythmic patter of dripping water repeats. Tick, tick, bloop, tick, tick, bloop. Your body aches. The humid air is thick with the stench of waste and rotting spice. The rat's skittering feet stop suddenly and you open your eyes. You are in a dilapidated prison cell. Your companions are here with you, though they are yet unconscious. You have been stripped down to your most basic layers of clothing, far too little for this cold, wet cell, and the rest of your equipment is nowhere to be seen. Each player must flip each of his starting equipment cards face down. These cards cannot be equipped until they are instructed to do so. Okay, so that includes my whip and my dead man's compass, because this is equipment. My magic rune here, my traveler's blade, and my loot. All right, let's continue. Okay, so here you can see this is all that they are worried about right now. So this is all that we are going to do currently for setup, is find 55A, 65A, and 3 end caps. Now, if I remember correctly, those 55 and 65 are in the Shadows of Marikal expansion, but they also look to be like they're big ones. So I've got my big boards here. Let's see, 55 and 65. This is one of the downsides of you know, playing these types of games, is finding all the map tiles, especially when you have all these expansions set up. Okay, it's not my big tile set up. But I mean, it's really not that bad once you get going. After this initial setup, you're really just kind of adding things on. 66, there's 65A, and 55A, okay, and 3 end caps. And again, if you have yourself pretty well organized, this shouldn't take too long. Let's see here, all my end caps are at this end, yeah. All right. Couple choices here. Okay, let's see, this is spun this way. The end cap right here. And the end cap right here. Need a different end cap for you. Here we go. And this one sits like this. And this goes up here. Okay, we are going to place our heroes out right here. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Each of you stirs and rises. Averik Albright checks the bars and walls for weakness, but with a shake of his head confirms that there is no simple escape. The movement has summoned the attention of another, however. From the shadows, in the far corner, a deep and raspy voice calls out, "Who's there?" So, I believe this is a wall I have to put up. Not sure. It's been a while, so let's find my portcullises. That came with the Shadows of Marikal expansion. And we'll put one up here. There you go. It's a little bit more thematic. They are closed into their cell here. Okay, so I'm not going to go too far into the campaign here because we're going to start that for another day. But essentially this is setup, and you can see how quick and simple it is with the Road to Legend app, because it's all procedurally generated. There's not just a map at the beginning where you have to set everything up, put all the tokens out, which is what you would be doing if you're playing multiplayer with an overlord. You don't need to get out nearly as many cards. And so this mode I highly recommend, especially if you're first starting out playing the game. Obviously, if you're playing solo, this is the way to go. But even if you are just learning how to play the game with friends, you can still play this way. It reduces a lot of the rules down, condenses a lot of the rules down. Essentially from here, you would, make your decision. Let's go with who are you? Gives you some more flavor text, and you just continue from there. So we are going to stop there for now. In our next video, we will pick up our campaign and we will start playing through the full thing. Thank you for joining me for this video. If you have any suggestions or comments on the hero and class choices, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If there was a hero or class that you really wanted to see, you know, let me know, because I am hoping to do a second round of videos after this one that covers at least one of the kind of solo AI variants on BGG, where the Overlord is controlled by just basic AI rules and you go through the standard campaign. The standard campaign is actually not on Road to Legend. It's an entirely new campaign. So if you enjoy this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this or want to be notified when the next Descent video drops on YouTube, please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.